In today's video, we're going to be comparing Doto and Exness. Now, here's the thing. When people start getting into trading, one of the biggest questions they usually have is, which broker should I actually use? And honestly, that's a fair question because there are so many different platforms out there and everybody online is always saying their broker is the best. So in this video, I just want to give you a simple, honest comparison between Doto and Exness. We're going to look at the pros, the cons, the differences, and whom I personally think each platform is better suited for. This is not one of those videos where I'm going to tell you that this broker is better than the other one. In fact, both of these platforms are actually good platforms, but they are built a little differently. And depending on the type of trader you are, one might make more sense than the other. So let's get into it. First of all, both Doto and Exness give you access to the Forex and CFD markets, so you can trade things like currencies, commodities, indices, crypto, CFDs, and other popular instruments. And both platforms also support MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5, which is important because MT4 and MT5 are basically the industry standard when it comes to trading platforms. So right away, both brokers already tick that box. Now, starting off with Doto. Doto is more of a modern style broker. Personally, when I first looked at it, that's one of the first things that I noticed. It feels like they have tried to simplify the experience a bit more and make it more beginner friendly without removing the more advanced features that experienced traders would still want. And something else that I found interesting is that Doto isn't only relying on the normal broker model. They're also integrating AI-powered insights and analytics into the platform. Now, obviously, AI doesn't magically make you profitable or anything like that, but I do think it's interesting seeing brokers starting to move more in that direction. One of the features that stood out to me was something that they call safety level. And basically, it monitors your account in real time and gives you an idea of how safe your account currently is based on your open trades, your balances, market volatility, and things like that. It can also help suggest things like lot sizes, stop loss levels, and take profit levels. And honestly, especially for beginners, I can see how something like that could actually be useful because risk management is one of the biggest things traders struggle with the most. Now, in terms of regulation, Doto is regulated by the FSCA here in South Africa, as well as other international regulators like FSC, FSA, and SAISEC. So from a credibility standpoint, that's obviously important. Another thing I think a lot of beginners would like is a low minimum deposit. You can start off with around $15, which lowers the barrier to entry quite a bit. They also offer access to over 600 different assets, so there's a decent amount of variety there. You've got Forex, you've got commodities, you've got indices, you've got stocks, you've got crypto, CFDs, pretty much the major markets most people want access to. And then, of course, you've got access to MT4, MT5 plus Doto's own platform interface. The platform itself is also very clean and mobile friendly, which I think matters a lot nowadays because most people are trading directly from their phones. They also mention segregated client funds held in tier 1 banks, which adds another layer of security and transparency. And from what I saw, there are generally no deposit or withdrawal fees in most normal cases. Now, of course, no platform is perfect. Some of Doto's spreads can be slightly higher depending on the instrument you're trading. There can also be inactivity fees if you stop trading for a long period of time. And compared to some older brokers, their educational content library still seems to be growing. Now, moving over to Exness. Exness is honestly one of the most well-known names in the Forex space. They've been around for a long time and they've built a very strong reputation globally. And unlike Doto, which feels more modern and innovation focused, Exness feels more like the classic broker experience and is very execution focused. Also very trading focused, also very MetaTrader centered. And for some traders, that's actually exactly what they want. Exness is also regulated by multiple major authorities, including FCA, SAISEC, FSA, FSCA, and FSC. And one of the biggest reasons traders like Exness is because of the trading conditions. For example, they are known for low spreads, especially on Forex pairs. They also offer roll and zero accounts where spreads can start from 0.0 pips with commission. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of scalpers and more experienced traders tend to like Exness. Another big advantage is execution speed, especially during volatile markets or news events. Execution speed matters a lot. Exness is also known for offering flexible leverage options, including eligibility for unlimited leverage in certain cases. Now, obviously, high leverage can increase risk massively if you don't know what you are doing. So that's something traders need to approach carefully. You've also got MT4 and MT5 support here as well, which most experienced traders are already familiar with. And they even offer VPS hosting, which is useful for people running automated trading agencies or bots. But again, there are also some downsides. Personally, I think beginners may find Exness slightly more intimidating. At first, because the whole experience is still heavily centered around MetaTrader. And MetaTrader can feel a bit overwhelming when you are brand new. Also, because the platform gives you a lot of flexibility, especially with leverage, newer traders can sometimes end up taking more risk than they should. And compared to Doto, there's less built-in guidance inside the platform itself. With Exness, it's more expected that you already know how to analyze the markets and manage your trades independently. So which broker is best? Honestly, I think it really comes down to the type of trader you are. If you prefer a modern interface, AI-powered tools, built-in risk guidance, and something that feels a bit more beginner-friendly, then Doto will probably appeal to you more. But if you prefer a more traditional MetaTrader experience, tight spreads, high leverage flexibility, and a broker with a very long-standing reputation in Forex, then Exness may suit you better. Personally, I don't think either platform is bad. I just think they are built with slightly different philosophies. And I think that's the biggest difference between the two. Exness feels like the classic broker model, focused heavily on execution and trading conditions, while Doto feels more like the newer evolution of that model, where technology, AI tools, and built-in analytics are becoming part of the actual trading experience itself. And honestly, it's interesting seeing where the industry is starting to go. But yeah, let me know down below in the comments which broker you personally use, whether it's Doto or Exness, and what your experience has been like. And if you want to check out the platforms for yourself, I'm going to put links to both of them below this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.